You're watching News 54. The Orange Democratic Movement party leader, Raila Odinga, was put to task to explain how his administration will tackle graft-related cases and controversial issues should he be elected the fifth president of Kenya in the August general election. During a Q&A session at Chatham House, UK on Wednesday, March 16, Raila was given a hard time by journalists and Kenyans based in London who sought to know how his government would deal with his handshake partner's links to the Pandora papers. The journalist posed. Your brother, President Uhuru Kenyatta, admitted that he couldn't do anything about corruption, and you have been at the forefront of condemning and exposing the Eurobond issue. Are you going to continue with the same spirit to fight graft in terms of Pandora papers, 𝗔𝗕𝗢𝗪𝗓? Raila affirmed that his administration would crack the whip on those found culpable, adding that no one is indispensable. The former premier referenced Rwanda's President Paul Kagame, whose elder brother was arrested and imprisoned over corruption. We've said that nobody is indispensable in the government. And if you want to carry out a successful war against corruption, you must begin with yourself. Raila stated. If any member of your family is caught, you ought to ensure that action is taken. An example of Kagame, whose elder brother was imprisoned, and he would go to visit him in prison and tell him sorry, but this is where you belong. Raila also promised to clean up in the police sector as well as the judiciary, adding that corruption had impeded the administration of justice. The ODM party leader fired political salvos at Deputy President William Ruto over what he termed as derailing the war against corruption. Raila stated. The reason Uhuru has had a hard time fighting corruption is that he has a divided government. The head of state has been undermined in his own government by his deputy, who is basically in opposition in his government, hence any fight against graft is politicized. In October last year, Uhuru became an internet and media sensation after his family appeared on the Pandora papers, private financial records that exposed the secretive offshore accounts held by powerful families from across the world. The papers were made public by the International Consortium for Investigative Journalists.